Good morning. Welcome to Strength and Balance. My name is Hannah and I am a senior fitness instructor with Stonebridge Community Services. Today we're going to do a full body workout and we're going to use our timer to guide us. We're going to do each exercise. We have 8 exercises and we'll work our whole body. We're going to do each one 3 times for 25 seconds each time. I will guide you through that. You might be able to hear the timer or not, but I will be talking you through it as well. We'll need a set of weights to use if you have them. I'm going to use the 6-pound set, and you can use whatever size you like, whatever size you have handy. And evenly weighted objects from around your house also work really well, like soup cans or water bottles. And alternatively, if it's right for you, putting down the weights and just using your body weight is fine as well. After we do the strength workout, we're going to move on to our balance. We'll stretch and then we'll be all finished. Make sure you have some water handy, lots of space to move around, and we also need to be close to a wall for one of the core exercises partway through that workout. And we will need a chair or some kind of support furniture to use during our balance. All right, let's come up to feet and we'll warm up together. So standing up nice and tall, we're going to march on the spot, lifting those feet up, right up off the floor, and moving those arms forwards and backwards. Good. Let's take a nice deep breath. Big inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower those hands down. Deep breath in and out. Reach up. Slowly lower down. Good. Let's pull our shoulders up towards our ears and relax them down. Lift those shoulders and lower. Pull those shoulders up and down. Lift and lower. Good. And let's roll our shoulders. Nice big circles. Roll the shoulders backwards. Good, and let's circle the shoulders forwards. Good, let's bring those arms out to the sides, little circles here. And back in the other direction. Let's take those hands in towards our chest and reach those hands out. Keep those elbows nice and high. Hands in and out, in and out, in and out. Hands in and out, in and out. Good. Let's bring those hands up so you make this kind of field goal position. Hands and elbows towards each other and open. Close and open and close. Open and close and open and again. Close and open. Good. And relax those arms. Let's tap our toes forwards. I need to change my socks so you can see my feet. I will do that before we begin. And let's tap those toes to the sides. And let's dig those heels forwards. Good, and let's dig those heels to the sides. Good, and let's bring those feet together. We're going to tap our toes. And let's wiggle our fingers. Good, and let's tap those heels and tap those fingers to our thumb. Good, and let's tap toes and circle those wrists. Good, and tap your heels and let's circle those wrists the other way. Good, we're going to take one foot and we're going to tap our toe and our heel, toe, and heel, toe, heel, toe, and heel, and the other foot, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, and heel. Let's stand on his feet, hip width apart, and we'll circle our hips nice and slowly. Good, and in the other direction. Excellent. Let's take a nice deep breath. Big inhale. Reach up, slowly lower down. Good. So we want to grab one weight here. I'm just putting on different socks so that you can see my feet better against the dark floor. All right, let's grab one weight and we're going to start with a squat. We're going to hold the weight here at our chest, feet hip width apart. We're going to sink into this squat and we're going to go up an inch, down an inch for as long as you can. We're going to sink into that squat. Let's stand up and let's squat again. And you're going to hold here. We're going to go up an inch, down an inch. So a nice little pulse. I'm going to try and do this for the whole of the remaining 10 seconds. If you need to pause, of course, you can stand up and rest and then sink back into it when you're ready. Here we go, that's it, 10 seconds. So we rest for 10, and then we have 25 seconds again. Here we go. Inhale, sink into that squat, let's come up, and now down into that squat, and let's go up an inch, down an inch. So I'm holding the weight with a nice loose grip here at my chest, and I'm keeping that chest nice and tall so I can take deep breaths. I'm moving a very small movement, up an inch, down an inch. A little bob up and down. Good. 10 seconds. Let's stand up. We're going to do that one last time, and then we take a longer break in between the two exercises. Here we go. In, down into that squat, and up, down into that squat again, and then into that pulse. Let's keep the weight back in our heels. Take nice deep breaths. Standing nice and tall. Good. And up, 40 seconds. You can pop the weight down here. Good. We feel like we jumped right in and started all of a sudden there. We're going to do some bicep curls next. So you'll have a weight in each hand. Hands facing out. We're going to pick one hand up and we'll come halfway down, up, and then all the way down. And then we'll switch to the other hand. So that hand will come all the way up to shoulder, halfway down, up, and all the way down. And then we'll switch back and forth. So let's stand nice and tall, knees soft, lift that one hand all the way up, halfway down, all the way up, all the way slowly down. And the other hand up, halfway, up, and down. And we're switching up, halfway, up, and down, up, halfway, up, and down. Good, 10 seconds. Let's do that twice more. Good. Starting with the one hand all the way up, halfway down, up, all the way lower, up, halfway, up, and down, up, halfway, up, and down. Good. Nice deep breaths. Good. 10 seconds here. And we'll do that one more time. One hand at a time, the hand lifts up, halfway down, up, and then we slowly on the lower, up, halfway, up, and down. Good. Up, halfway, up, and down. Up, halfway, up, and down. Good. 40 seconds. That's excellent. Great. We're going to work on some a more core specific movement here. So we're standing with our feet hip width apart, knees are soft. I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to reach for my left foot. I'm not intending to touch my foot. I'm coming down to about this height. I can feel it in my hamstrings here. My back is nice and flat. You can see a straight line here. I'm going to come up and I'm going to reach left hand to right foot. So I'll stay facing this way. So I'm hinging at the hip, reaching that one hand to your opposite foot. Remember, you don't have to touch. We want to think about keeping that chest tall, those shoulders relaxed, and that back nice and flat. Good. 10 seconds rest here, and we'll do the same thing twice more. Good. Here we go again. Reaching for that opposite foot. You can think about breathing out as you reach down, breathing in as you come back up. Good. Great. 10 seconds again, and then let's do one more time. Good, here we go. Breathing out as you reach down. Breathing in as you stand up. Good, couple more. Couple seconds more. Good, 40 seconds. Excellent. You can stand up and relax for a minute. Back to work that lower body. We'll need a weight in each hand. We did a squat with a pulse to begin with, and we're going to do a lunge and a pulse this time. So I'm going to step my right leg back. That's my left leg. It doesn't matter. My left leg back and sink into that lunge. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then stand up. And then I'm going to switch to the other side. Bend that back knee. 1, 2, 3. Just a very small movement and back up. Let's keep going because we're working. 1, 2, 3. This is tricky for balance, so we really want to take it slowly. And up, step back. 1, 2, 3, and stand. Good, 10 seconds. Really move slowly here and make that pulse, that up and down, really small. Just an inch, up an inch, down an inch. Step back, bend those knees just as much as you feel comfortable, and back up. Step back, 1, 2, 3, and stand. Let's switch. 1, 2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3, and stand. Good. We're going to do that one more time. Here we go. Standing up nice and tall. Step back into that lunge. 3, and up. Switch legs. 1, 2, 3. Keep that chest nice and tall. 1, 2, 3. Really struggling with the balance part of this. 1, 2, 3, and stand. Good. You can put the weights down. We're going to move on to upper body again. And we'll just need one weight for this today. I'm going to take this one weight, hold it up overhead. I'm going to bend at the elbows, lower that weight behind my head, and then straight up to the ceiling. I'm going to inhale as I lower down, exhale as I push right back up. So 5 seconds left of this rest. When you're ready, let's take that weight up overhead. And we're going to inhale, lower that weight down. Exhale to lift up. We really want to be slow on the way down. And a nice exhale as you lift up. Good. 10 seconds. And we'll switch and we'll do that again. Good. So hands up overhead. Slowly lower those hands. And then a little bit faster as you lift them up. Good. And relax. We'll try this one more time. Great. Let's reach those hands up above your head. Nice and slowly lower those hands down. Exhale, lift them up. Just 5 seconds left here. Nice and slowly. Good. And pop that weight down. Excellent. All right, we'll do one more that's more core focused. I want you to be close to a wall. So if you can see my wall is right here. I'm going to stand with my arms out in front of me, hands against the wall. Those hands are shoulder height, that's important. Take a big step back so that your feet are further away than your head. And we're going to simply hold this here. Think about engaging your core muscles, so pulling that belly button in towards your spine. Looking at a spot in between your hands, so not down at the floor and not up at the ceiling, but straight ahead. Nice deep breath. Good, 10 seconds, we can step out of that and we'll do this twice more. Good, let's step back into that wall plank position. Nice deep breaths, engaging those core muscles. Good, back up. And we'll do that one more time. Here we go, hands are shoulder height. Walk those feet away. Let's watch that point in between our hands. So not looking up at the ceiling or down to the floor. Take some deep breaths. Engage through your core. Good. And there's 40 seconds again. Good, 2 more exercises to go. This first one is going to be heel raises. I'm going to use a weight in each hand. If when we do heel raises, you find that you really need to hold something to balance, you can pop one weight down and just hold the one weight, alternate the sides as we move through each set. I'm going to have a weight in each hand because I think I can trust my balance to do this. I'm going to push myself up onto tiptoes and then slowly lower those heels to the floor. Here we go. Keep that chest tall, shoulders relaxed. Good. Looking up and ahead. Good. 10 seconds. And let's do that again. Keep that chest tall, shoulders relaxed. We can think about engaging those core muscles, so pulling that belly button in towards your spine. Good. Breathing out as you lift up, breathing in as you lower down. 10 seconds, and then we'll do that one more time. Good. Here we go. Last one. Good, just tall, looking ahead. Excellent, 40 seconds. We can pop the weights down for a moment. We're going to move on to, we have one more. It's upper body. I can find my place on my piece of paper. We want a weight in each hand. And we're going to start with our palms facing our body. And we're going to reach one hand and then the other out front. Front raise. This, you might find that you want a smaller weight than you did for bicep curls. This really works your shoulders, your shoulder mobility, which is something that we can easily lose if you find that the weight you're using is too heavy. You absolutely can just do this without the weight. Good. This time we're going to turn our hands so our hands are facing our sides. We're going to reach out to the side. Good. Again, a little tricky for shoulder mobility. We're just lifting that hand as high as you comfortably can, and then slowly lowering down. Good. Now for this last one, let's have one hand forward, one hand to the side, and we'll lift. So one hand will lift forward, one hand will lift out to the side, slowly back in, and then switch those hand positions. So the other one goes forward, this one goes to the side. So we switch back and forth. So we're doing like L raises. Good. The last one. Excellent. Pop the weights down. Good. You can have a drink here and then we're going to move on to our balance. Let's make sure when we're balancing that we have some kind of furniture to support us, or we're in a place where there's something to support us. I always use the wall. Great would be a chair, table, the kitchen island or the counter, the back of the sofa, something like that, something that we can use to support ourselves if we need it. I'm going to start standing with one foot in front of the other. As close as you can manage here. My knees are nice and soft and my feet are flat on the floor. And I have the weight even between both feet. If it's hard to get those feet really close together, that's okay. You can take those feet out to the side or a little bit further apart. Wherever you can hold that balance. And then let's roll ourselves front foot to back foot. So you're rolling your weight front foot to back foot, keeping those feet on the floor, almost like you were massaging your feet against the floor. So we're rolling back and forth, rolling that weight forwards and backwards. Good. Excellent. Let's roll those feet from side to side. Mm-hmm. Good. Let's switch our feet around so the other one is forwards. And I'm going to take my back foot and I'm going to step forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards. Good. Just the one foot. Try not to rush. Couple more. Good. And now I'm going to keep moving in that tightrope. So keep taking steps, lifting my feet up. I want to lift my feet right up off the floor and move very slowly. Imagine you were trying to make no sound as you moved. So really extremely slowly and lifting that foot right up. Good. Chest is very tall. We're looking up and ahead. Good. Excellent. Let's keep going. And a couple more. Good. And let's come back to center here. We're going to stand on one leg. I'm going to stand on my right foot and lift the left foot up off the floor. And let's hold here. Find something to look at in front of you that isn't moving. Focus your eyes on that spot. Good. Let's take one hand up to the ceiling. Wave that hand from side to side. Good. If you can, take that second hand up and let's wave both hands. Good. Let's relax those arms and we're going to switch to the other foot. So standing on that left foot, raise your right. Knees nice and soft, standing up tall. Great. We're going to turn and look to the left. Good. And turn and look to the right. Good. Let's look up to the ceiling. And down to the floor. Good. And feet to the ground. Very good. We're going to, again, have a hand close to that support. I'm going to stand on my right leg and I'm going to lift my left arm and my left knee. Slowly place them down on the floor. So that knee doesn't have to be too high. We just want to lift up off the ground and really pay attention to putting that foot slowly on the floor. Good. Let's do a couple more. Last one. Good, and let's switch to the other side. So standing on my left foot, I'm going to raise my right knee, my right arm. Nice and slowly as you place the foot on the floor. Good, last one. Excellent. Let's lift our arms up in a Y shape. I'm going to stand on my right leg, lift the left. I'm going to circle my ankle here. And back in the other direction. Good, let's stand on that left foot, raise the right, circle your ankle. Back in the other direction. And place that foot on the floor. Good. Ready to stretch here. Let's take an arm across our body and stretch through your shoulder, through your upper arm. Let's switch to the other side. Good, let's relax that arm. Reach one hand forward. I want you to hold onto your fingertips and pull back gently. So you feel a little stretch in your wrist, in your forearm. Let's relax that arm, switch to the other side. Pull back just a little bit, being gentle with that wrist. Good, relax that arm. Let's have a seat. I'm going to sit forward in my chair, stretch one leg out, heel on the floor and toe to the ceiling, and let's hinge forward at the hip. Feel that nice stretch in the back of your leg. Good, let's sit up and let's switch to the other side. Heel to the floor, toe to the ceiling, and hinge forwards here. Good, let's sit up. So let's turn my head. I'm going to walk my feet out wide, so my knees are wide, my toes turn out. I'm going to reach my right hand right up to the ceiling, and then hinge over to the left. So I can feel that stretch all down the right side of my body, stretching through my fingertips, taking nice deep breaths here. Good, let's sit up, switch to the other side, arm to the ceiling, hinge over to, this is my left arm, I'm hinging over to the right. Good, sitting up nice and slowly, relax that arm, let's bring those feet in, and we'll come up to feet, standing up nice and tall. Let's reach those arms behind us, reach for the back of the room. Take a deep breath in, and then we'll exhale, wrap those arms around you. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze and a pat on the back. Thank you very much for coming, everybody. I will see you on April the 7th. If you are unsure about links, or how to find the class next time, because it will be a different thing that you click on. Have a look at the bottom of the email that comes on a Friday. If you don't receive a Friday email into the office and ask to receive that email. Is there anybody who doesn't? I can give better instructions. I think maybe everybody is okay.
Thank you so much, Hannah.
You're welcome. All right. If I think maybe Lorraine is trying to say something. Is everybody good with finding the link for the next time? It's at the bottom of the Friday email. And if you get the Friday emails, you do have to scroll all the way to the bottom, but it will have the new thing to click there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm just going to keep the meeting open while I fiddle around and tidy up here, just in case anybody has any questions about the new session. But you can leave when you're ready.
All good. See you April the 7th.
Yes, you will. Thanks for joining.